So the most recent thing was a rope demonstration. There was this kink group I'm involved with, and just one of the people there, they wanted to just have a rope demonstration done at a dungeon that they were hosting. And so it wasn't sexual. It was just them showing just how to get tied up because I guess somebody just wanted to practice on them.
No more waiting, no more chains. Breaking rules, rewriting names. This is our time, this is our fire. Hear the call, we're rising higher. On your truth, live.
Welcome to another episode of the Siren of Freedom podcast. I'm your host, Siren, and this is my friend, Chris. Hello.
Hello. I love that theme song. It's so 90s girl pop boss energy. I love it.
Did you know we had it written? Right? Did I tell you that?
Really? I think you did. First
Yeah,
time we did.
Like, we just called someone on Fiverr and they created it for us.
Yeah, I love that.
So it was awesome. So this episode is going to be on our non-after dark side. But we're going to talk about kink. Because this is what Chris wanted to talk about today. So I like this because he comes up with some things. I asked my husband, I was like, do you care that Chris is like my co-host now on Tuesdays? And he's like, I love it. He's like, you guys have good topics. He asked me questions. You're a really good co-host. So
I'm glad.
I love it. So
Glad to be here.
tell me, what are you thinking about kink? What do you want to talk about in regards to it? What is your curiosity?
Ooh.
Because I haven't really done too much of that. Like, Socrates have done some things. But I haven't really explored that much in my sexual life. So I've watched some things. I know Socrates before has done some things, but what's got your curiosity up about kink right now?
I think it's just the totality of it, honestly. I feel like just seeing it in person is a completely different realm of just kink exploring that I feel like it more people would be into it if they had the opportunity to see it humanized before their eyes instead of just watching it maybe like through porn or through a movie and just having it be like overly sexualized. It's just I feel like the more I see certain kinks play out in person, the more I'm actually not only into it but interested in it for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What have you seen in person that has interested you and why? What did you, well, first let's find out what
Yeah.
you saw in person.
So the most recent thing was a rope demonstration. There was this kink group I'm involved with, and just one of the people there, they wanted to just have a rope demonstration done at a dungeon that they were hosting. And so it wasn't sexual. It was just them showing just how to get tied up because I guess somebody just wanted to practice on them. And they just have a very open mindset, so they just let the guy tie them up. But just even seeing it close in person, it was just so amazing just because he's talking to them, he's making sure that they're comfortable, he's checking their fingers for like feeling, making sure that they can grip. But it's like if you look at it, if you just like walked into the room, you'd think like she wouldn't be able to move an inch, but just she's just tied up from head to toe. I mean, they're tied up from head to toe, and they're just like just living life comfortably.
Yeah.
And I even asked them, just like, "Are you comfortable? Like, how are you how are you enjoying all this?" And they were just saying of how they have like a very busy brain, so just being in that type of environment where you physically can't move was just very relaxing for them.
Mm.
And so they were just laid out and just enjoying the vibe.
So were they like laying on their back? Were they laying on their stomach? Like,
They were laying on their back. The person who tied them up, he had these pulleys on the roof. I mean, not the roof, but the ceiling. And so he would just basically, do his uh, do his tying on the rope, and then just basically pull it up to the, I forget what it's called, but it's like a hook. But yeah, basically just like a hook in the ceiling, and just left them there to chill.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And for those listeners who are like right now have their jaw on the floor, tied up and all this. It's actually a really cool art form called shibari. You should look it up online. It definitely can be used in the sexual realm, but like he was saying, like I've heard that it can be very relaxing. Some people want to be blindfolded, just like taking away that senses. I know for me, like sometimes Socrates and I, when we're having sex, like I will wear a blindfold because taking away the sense of sight in that actually activates all of my other senses. And then everything that is happening, I can see it in my brain like it's a movie.
Yeah.
And then later, if I want to think about it, I can recall it easier. So it can like play out just like a movie. So
Love that.
lots of things like that in kink are cool because you know, everybody saw 50 Shades of Grey and like, just the different things that went about that. And like, not all of that is accurate in like how kink should actually be, in real life. So,
I got a question though.
okay,
How much stuff are you knocking over with that blindfold on?
how much stuff am I knocking over?
Yeah, just I could just imagine you just like reaching out from wherever or
No, because I'm already like on the bed.
oh.
Yeah.
So you're already like present of each other before anything
Oh,
else
and he doesn't have a blindfold on, just me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, has there ever been a time where you blindfolded him or
He doesn't like it.
oh
I did it one time and he doesn't like it.
yeah.
So
Okay.
he very much likes to be in the dominant in our sexual encounters. So, and that is just fine with me. I don't really have a desire to do well, I kind of would say I have a desire to do what someone else wants and in that space. So that's no different with my husband. So, yeah, but I like it. Like a lot of times like I sleep with a blindfold on too.
Really?
Yeah. I'm a hot mess when I sleep. Like, I have a blindfold, I have a CPAP machine, I have earbuds in with rainwater music because my husband snores,
Yeah.
and sometimes he uses a CPAP, sometimes he doesn't.
Wait.
And then most recently, I've become addicted to the heating pad,
Hmm.
and then I have to have a pillow between my legs and a pillow in my arms. Like, it's a whole process for me just to get comfortable. I needed 3 pillows, blindfold, CPAP machine, heating pad, earbuds, water by my bed.
I love it. I love the setup. It did dedications.
So when we go on trips, it's like super fun because like and I keep all that in my carry-on though.
Oh,
It's like never separated from me if I like need all that.
yeah. So that's like a must have wherever you sleep.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
crazy. I love it.
And then I forgot one thing. But wait, there's more. I also have to have the fan going. So I bought a small like tabletop fan that's like battery operated, like you plug it in to charge it. So I got that too. So I'm really excited to add that to my travel package.
Is it just the sound of the fan or like it's just like the feeling of the cold?
Well, I need 87 blankets and then I need the fan like blowing on my face or on my foot. If I put my foot out like that right and put it in the fan, then it can like regulate my whole
You and I are total opposites because I can sleep anywhere. It's
guys can typically sleep better
yeah.
in anywhere. And I don't know if it's because I'm a mom. I'm just like a lighter sleeper. Like I know what's going on in the house.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why my husband sleeps closer to the door when I'm the one that would be alerting us to any bad guys coming into the house.
Yeah, I was about to say it sounds like he's taking the security risk.
Well, I'd be like, get up.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the things. So that was a little bunny trail from the kink of blindfolding. So we just kind of want to normalize the kink stuff because people say like, what is your kink or, different things like that. For me, respect is a kink.
Mm.
So and I've kind of just defined kinks as anything that's maybe out of the ordinary that turns you on. But also, I love to make out of the ordinary ordinary
Yeah.
because everybody just has different preferences of what they like. So for me, I like it, when there's like some respect that turns me on. I don't think I have anything else that's like out of the ordinary. Oh, I do like my toes sucked on.
Yeah.
I like that. I've had a guy like stick practically my whole foot in his mouth, like all the way to here.
Oh.
Yeah. And and it was super amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked that a lot.
I love that for you.
But some people are like, no, feet are gross, right? So I think it's just important in kink to like just respect what other people are into
Yeah.
and be like, okay, I never want to be tied up. Some people don't want that.
Yeah.
And Socrates has done some shibari on me, like just to practice like different ties and stuff. He's made like kind of like a top, like a bra type thing with rope.
Mhm.
And then he's done like more of a full body one where my wrists have been to my ankles, in like a position, kind of like a W, like open.
Yeah.
Yes, but we don't do that very often. Like it's time consuming, is definitely erotic in the way people can do the ties.
Yes.
Slow and methodical. And I just think with like the right music and for me a blindfold, then I think too, I told him I was like, I have to be blindfolded when that kind of stuff because my brain wants to control and correct everything that I'm looking at. So if I was to watch someone do that to me, I think I've been blindfolded every time he did it.
Yeah.
Then I would in my brain be like wanting to straighten out the rope or just do it. And I know nothing about it.
Yeah.
My brain would just not shut up about
Yeah.
it. So I just have to have the blindfold. It helps me to relax and enjoy the process. Like that lady was saying, busy brain.
Yeah.
So
Do you like having control? Or just your space?
it's exhausting in some ways, Like there's certain things I can't give up on, like what hotel I stay at. Ask anyone who knows me.
Yeah. But I feel like the way you described hotels, it's like it's not. I don't think it's like too much to ask for, because it's like you're just asking for like a clean, decent looking place, and like from anywhere to like 110 to 150, depending on the city, you can get that hotel that you're looking for.
Plus, I love to plan it. I love to maximize on points, status, like different things. So I just like trip planning. So my husband just knows, like, don't surprise my wife with that. Just let her plan it because it makes me happy,
Yeah.
So it's like there's certain people that love to cook. I love to talk to the people cooking. That is my talent.
Yeah.
So some people like to cook, right? And you'll just sit there and talk to them and they love to cook while they just talk to you. But it's like if you and some people love it that much that they don't even want any help, right? They just want you to be present and chat with them. And if you were to force yourself into that situation, like, no, you sit and I'll cook, that would actually be taking away their happiness. Does that make sense? So there's some things that people think they're helping with, but they're not really listening to the person. And that's what we refer to as the platinum rule. Do unto others as they want done.
I love that.
So it's like, yeah. So it's like you could be like, oh, I think Carissa looks tired. She wants a Monster. No, I like Red Bull. And you keep insisting on giving me a Monster because you're like, it's better energy or whatever. But that's doing what you would want, not what I would want. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
That's why with gift giving too, it's like, I don't want to surprise people. I want to be like, what do you want?
Yeah. I love that.
I want a gift card to wherever.
Yeah.
And then you go and you get that. And they're going to love it instead of thinking that you know better.
I love that.
So.
Because I feel like sometimes, like, if you just, unless it's like, that that gift will specifically help out that person, like, if you're just kind of assuming for them, don't you feel like, I feel like even for just me personally, that's kind of like putting my ego above their feelings, saying, oh, you should like this just because.
And then you're disappointed in the reaction. It stressed me out to like buy people gifts. But I usually almost the gift card, like cash money.
Absolutely.
type person because I'm like, who doesn't like that?
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah. Help me pay a bill. How about that?
Yeah. A gift certificate to the power company.
Yeah. I bill.
That's awesome. Well, like lots of college students want gas gift cards and stuff like that.
Absolutely, because it'll help them out. Or even like a Costco card.
Weren't we trying to talk about kink tonight?
Yeah. I
Gift cards are
So-
my kink.
Where's
If you give me a gift card, I would be so turned on. Ah. What else did you see at the kink party that you
Actually, that was it.
you
Um,
didn't do anything else?
nah. It was like 6 guys and 1 non-binary person. I don't really think it was that kind of event. Well, for me, it wasn't.
Yeah.
But it was fun being there. But over my life, I've experienced a couple of the kinks. For my 30th birthday, I was at a swingers club and they had like tied me up and did like the cat of nine tails on me.
Mm-hmm.
But just the way I don't know. I think it's just because I do like pain.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love the feeling of a tattoo needle kind of pain. Not like, oh, beat me up.
Ow!
Yeah. So this one round my
Obviously, I'm not too shy about it. But
yeah, this one on my forearm, when he was like getting on the bone, I fell asleep.
yeah, it was soothing to you.
I think like scared myself awake and was so freaked out. I was like, I like almost drooled on the chair. That's just because like
It was relaxing to you.
yeah. So
Yeah, I've seen people like just be totally relaxed by just getting paddled, because like your brain can go to like a different place.
yeah,
I know. And like subspace. So it's like different people need different things, and if you go in there like using it like for release work, it can get kind of dangerous. But that's where it's like important, if people are doing stuff like that, to get proper training. To In one of our earlier episodes, we did talk to Isla, who has a lot of experience in that kink realm. You might go listen to that episode. But she talked a lot about her experiences in that realm. And like I said, I really haven't experienced a lot. I know what a lot of different things are because, like, hello, I have a sex podcast, right? So I talk to all kinds of people. And I've seen some things, but really haven't experienced it too much because I'm more of like a pleasurer myself. So I do like some stuff, like a little bit of ass smacking and hair pulling and stuff like that.
yeah.
But as
If
far
it
as
broke, don't fix it.
yeah, I would way rather like get a massage and be kissed all over my body than be spanked. So
I feel like that is a kink though, because it's like the worshiping and
Mhm.
just kind of
yeah, I like being worshipped.
yeah.
So why?
Yeah, I definitely feel like that's a thing too. Just because there are some people who really do get off on that dynamic of just being like, my name is only goddess, and you have to do everything I say. But
Yeah.
you know,
And I
like,
think it's
little-
important in those things, right? It's just important to pick, because it's a form of role play, really.
Yeah.
And so it's important to pick just, the right partners for those things that if it's not fun for all, it's not fun at all, is my motto.
Yeah.
So everybody just enjoys different things. But, what are some kink things that you think you might be interested in seeing in the future?
I was afraid you say that. So, have you ever heard of CNC?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I had a partner bring that up to me and say she liked it, and it was so random, but just how the scene was painted.
Yeah.
I just like took the second just to process it and make sure I heard everything correctly. And like all I said to her was just, yeah, we need to like drop some documents. And
Oh, yeah.
as long as
And for the audience too, like CNC is consent, not consent, whereas there's some people that would want to be kidnapped and maybe even raped, but they're consenting to it ahead of time. but then in the moment, they do not have the power of consent. So that's why the consent, not consent. So there would be lots of documents and legal paperwork involved for people that want to do that.
Oh, yeah.
We had Eve on too earlier. She was into that.
Mm.
She lived in a very big metropolitan area, and she would not know when it was going to happen and who it was going to happen with. So she could be walking down the street and get thrown in the trunk.
Oh, that's a lot.
But then she
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
No, that is a very, believe me, some of our listeners that have only done missionary position, after they've been drooled on by their babies all day, like they're shocked too right now. So
Yeah, no,
shock is okay.
it's
You're
just the
not
whole
waking
idea of not knowing where it's gonna come from.
right. But as soon as like that happens, like she knows it's in motion.
Okay.
Not very, because it's laid out like the start of it. Everybody's different how they done it. I wouldn't be into that. I don't like to be surprised or scared, or I don't like horror movies. I am a big baby. So I wouldn't like that, but there's definitely people who like different things like that, or they want someone to like break into their house, type of thing. What did your partner, what did they want to do?
We haven't like we haven't gotten to that point yet, so it's a it's a conversation to be had.
Yeah, but she brought up the idea.
Yeah, and that was just I think that was just like a general us getting more comfortable with each other sexually type of conversation. I don't think it was like oh, we have to do this all
Yeah.
the time. So
Or it's just like, hey, what do you think of this idea? Because it's just fun to talk about different things,
yeah.
but like a possibility.
And speaking of you, do you have anything that you've like ever wanted to try, ever wanted to observe, or
I feel like I have gotten to observe or see most of the things. I can't really think of anything that I don't know. I feel really well rounded on like getting to have seen a little taste of different things. And so like I've seen fire play
mm,
where they will, like it's usually a woman. Like so they have I forget what the terms are now, but the person that's being lit on fire and then the fire person. I know I'm not using the right word. Someone else that knows about this is rolling their eyes at me. But it's cool though because they prepare their body with like different oils and stuff, and then they'll just have the fire, and then they just put it on, and you'll see it go, and then they follow it immediately with their hand. Like, and their hand has something else on it too that puts it out.
yeah. So
Even
that actually that's
their setting though, and I do not want to do that.
yeah.
But I've seen it a lot, and like the people, like, it's not painful. It doesn't. It just feels warm or whatever. So there's a lot of people that have enjoyed that. Again, it's just something to be trained in. Most kink stuff I feel like is actually not as scary as it looks and is very safe if the people have been trained. Like I wouldn't just go to a party somewhere. So I feel like most kink stuff, as long as, I wouldn't just go to a party and just like let anybody like do some stuff on me. Even if I was more into it, I would want to make sure that I trusted them and that they had experience and watched for a while and like saw. But I think some of the parties too probably is some of the safer places to do it in the proper environment. I wouldn't want anybody either that had been drinking or and most if they know, like you could just test them and ask them like, would you like a drink tonight? And if they say yes, like I would not let them do anything because they shouldn't be drinking while they're doing that stuff or under the influence of anything, like to be safe, because I've heard some stories about just people being under the influence and making some poor choices and that. So, the training's important. It can be a lot of fun if done safely and correctly.
Yeah. I
But yeah, there's just all kinds of things. Like I remember when I was single, I got a flogger, and they're actually like pretty soft.
Yeah.
Honestly, some of them have like sharp little ends, like just where the leather is really pointy, and I don't like those at all. But the flogger before it was like a long time before I could get anybody to like use it on me because they were like, I don't want to hit you, and I'm like, okay, well, because I didn't really know what I was doing either.
Yeah,
Um,
that's very
but then I met my husband. And he had a little more experience with stuff like that, and well, a lot, and like trained, and he's a researcher anyway, so then he could like do some of that, and it can be fun because it also doesn't even hurt as bad as like just getting spanked like with your bare hand.
Oh, yeah. The amount of force that it would take to, like, leave a bruise is it's intentional. Like,
Yeah.
so it wouldn't hit.
Well, and some people like that. Like when Isla was talking about it, she was talking about how she would love having bruises because then as she saw those heal, it was like having her like she used some of that to heal things that were going on inside her. And again, that's where it can get dangerous if you have a lot of emotional stuff going on versus if you're just trying to use kink as like an addition to, the sexual life. But it's definitely something to research if you're doing things, especially, people have died from like breath play and like stuff where you're like choking and you've got to be really careful with that stuff and always, use your words, green, yellow, red,
Yeah.
like
Safe words
stop,
are important.
safe words.
And it's funny because even the way people describe the safe words, it's like you have programmed in your brain once you hear that word. I mean, stop. It should normally be that word, but it's like once you hear that safe word, it's like, hey, my partner's not feeling comfortable right now. I need to readjust or even just check on this person to make sure that we can go forward or any direction that's needed.
Well, I think anytime that you're having sex with someone in a space where it's not just like kind of where you have like a little bit of a plan to get together ahead of time, it's important just to check on each other. That's just a good practice to get into as you develop your sexuality because just making sure that your partner's comfortable, that they're enjoying themselves, like because a lot of women won't speak up if something's uncomfortable, and I have never been like that.
Yeah.
No, that's a lie. I'm lying. Um, I have never recently been like that. In the past, I would sometimes be uncomfortable or whatever, but I'm getting quicker. I will always speak up at some point, but I have gotten quicker of like telling my husband like, "Oh, that's uncomfortable," or "My knee hurts," or what, while we're getting older.
Yeah.
"Oh, my hip, I need to switch positions like and my hip can relax." Sound like I'm in the nursing home or anything.
Gotta keep those knees intact though.
Gotta keep those knees intact. So yeah, so you guys will be hearing a lot from Chris. We are regularly podcasting together. He's good at researching and finding cool topics to talk about. We'll still be doing interview style things in the future, but tonight we're just kind of keep it short and sweet because we're tired. It's a long week and it's only Tuesday. Do you have anything else that you wanted to say about? So, do you like what else beside the CNC stuff? Like, what are you personally like thought of before that? Like, that's something you might want to explore more.
So more honestly, just a little bit of everything. Like the role play, the sensual play, the sensory play.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have you ever seen Hellraiser?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so
I
that
don't like
movie's
anything scary.
that's fair. Okay,
Even the
so
word,
it's like
even the word hell in a movie title, I'm like, oh, it sounds scary.
yeah. So you even look scary. I get you. I get you. Yo, everybody, different strokes for different folks. uh, so it's like I don't know. There's something about it that like I just kind of want to push, not push boundaries, but
Mm-hmm.
like push the limits.
And expand your horizons. Maybe like go to your comfort zone and like go a little bit further.
Exactly.
And like it sounds like you have a partner that is willing to like wants to try some different things, so that'll be cool.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to hear how that goes. So, all right. Well, we're gonna just have a little short one today, guys and gals listening. But Thank you for being on here with me, Chris. It's always fun. He is on a lot of the After Dark episodes. So if you guys want to scoot on over to Patreon, there's a free trial on the subscription and hear all the juicy, juicy stuff that we talk about. So until next time.
Have a great night, y'all.
Thank you so much for listening today. We hope this podcast has been an encouragement to you. You can find us on our website, thesirenoffreedom.com, and also on social media and Patreon under the Siren of Freedom podcast. Your support is what helps us continue to sound the alarm of freedom.
No more waiting, no more chains, breaking rules, rewriting names. This is our time, this is our fire. Hear the call, we're rising higher. On your truth, live out loud. No more fear, stand up proud. You were made to rise. This is your time. Waves may crash, but we still stand. Hearts unchained, no demands. Follow the voice, hear the sound. Freedom's here, we've been found. The siren of freedom calling you home. No more hiding, let yourself roam. Rise with the tide, fearless and free. This is your destiny. Waves may crash, but we still stand. Hearts unchained, no dim